Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with Marvelstrikeforce's newest blog post here. Huge update in regards to not just the Orchis raids, but as well, more specifically, which new teams we should be aware of coming to the game. They don't have confirmed characters, but given some of the naming convention, which you'll see later, there's basically a confirmed character that we can now verify, especially given what we know in the data mines. Exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, this is the new kind of raids coming to the game that's going to be replacing essentially the incursion raids, right? We typically see this happen every year. Last year, incursion came out, and the year before, it was the doom raids and so forth. So it was really the right time here to pass the baton on to the next kind of reward difficulty, and at the same time, introduce some new raid teams in this moment. So, raid on Orchis. So thump baddies and grab Crimson Gear with your alliance with the newest raid that's coming your way soon. Raid on Orchis calls on your top squads and some of the newest raid teams to dispatch enemy waves, including the upcoming tech team that's called Orchis. We'll also have more information in a future blog on Orchis and the new team you'll be seeing being NIGHTSTALKERS. But for now, let's take a look at this new raid. New raid. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of what I wanted to allude to here, is that we've already seen Nimrod and Sentinel getting confirmed as characters. They're likely going to be part of this new tech team for Orchis raids. But more importantly, with the naming confirmation here of NIGHTSTALKERS, yes, you guys may have guessed it, but the character known as Blade that we've been speculating for a lot of time now, that we've been wanting as players, is all but confirmed at this point. Even if you guys go search up NIGHTSTALKERS Marvel team, you'll see that you'll see that Blade is usually head spearing that team dynamic and usually part of that forefront. So at this point, in my eyes, this basically confirms that Blade is actually going to be coming to the game, which is absolutely phenomenal, super exciting. And if you recall, we also got the Karen Page vampire treatment where she is going to be modified with that respect. We got Voodoo coming, and we also have Man-Thing being part of this new Mystic team. So this new Orchis raids is essentially an introduction for, passing the mantle on to the next raid, but as well, the coming of two new teams, right? A new Orchis tech team, as well, the NIGHTSTALKERS Mystic Vampire team. Really cool stuff. There's also going to be two unique maps that are getting added here, as you can see, just kind of ramping up the difficulties depending on how you want to be attempting this. But there's 71 nodes versus 51 with improved rewards. That's going to obviously determine the different kind of enemy difficulty that we're up against. If your alliance wants the bigger challenge, completing more nodes in exchange for more rewards. And what's really interesting about these maps is that they are going to be kind of set up differently compared to how we've seen before, and they have a great screenshot here, kind of what you would be expecting. But as well, they're going to be having some differences depending on where you start, which kind of lane that you'll be initiating as part of your strike team. So definitely be mindful of that, ladies and gentlemen. But I do like how they already give us the images here, so that way we can actually sift through it and take a look. As well, similar to what we've seen in the past, there's going to be 5 different classification traits, right? Very similar to what we've seen in the past with Doom and Incursion, which is the Biomutant, Mystic, Skill, and Tech. Very telling then of obviously the current raid teams right now. Hive Mind, Spire Society, and as well as Extreme X-Men right now are safe to invest in for the meantime. It doesn't seem like there's any kind of replacements coming yet, but hold that thought here. Obviously things can be very dynamic. On top of that, they do give us the breakdown difficulty here of what's going to be required. So default here, specified mission, no trait only. And then otherwise, if you ramp up the difficulty here, it's going to be requiring T2 level 3 ISO, level 4, and level 5 respectively. So no purple ISO 8. This was very good news, because we've been seeing obviously some speculation that potentially we need to be mindful of how we're building up certain Dark Dimension 8 characters. In this case now, getting this confirmation, this is great. It means that we don't actually need to think about this aspect at all. We can just focus on the ISO 8 purple requirement for Dark Dimension 8 and build as we need for obviously these new Orchis raids. Combat modifiers. So this is going to be a little different here, but it does look like base stats and obviously some specific bonuses and passives are going to be obviously modified here for newer raid characters only. So that way they are going to be feeling more powerful at lower star levels. I really like this because typically when you unlock a new raid character, even at lower stars, they're not exactly helpful, but it's the synergy that makes it really meaningful for the team dynamic. So this is a huge addition. This is going to make even those newer 2-star, 3-star unlock characters feel impactful in these new raids. So that's definitely a nice notable addition. It means that we can probably min-max this a little bit better too. So that's obviously be dependent on the difficulty that you do it on. So definitely be mindful of that. But as well, they also break it down that these are the effective ones for each team, right? Orchis, Hive Mind Extreme, NIGHTSTALKERS, and Spire Society. So These are exclusive to them right now in the meantime until we get any more updates, maybe higher level difficulties. But you can also see on top of that, there's also going to be 4 different tiers that we've seen before: 10%, 40, 70, and 100%. Really similar to what we're doing right now. And almost, I think all these rewards are actually the exact same that we're getting from Incursion 2.3. More so now, you probably get a little bit of ramp up here, additional benefits from completing this. Omega difficulty will be the one that has the first time rewards, which makes sense because that's the more difficult one. And as well, there's going to be a full rundown of the new Orchis raid team coming in very, very soon for Nightstalkers. So that's probably when we'll see the official Blade announcement, guys. But after seeing the naming convention here, I feel like there's probably going to be a 99% chance now it is Blade. Again, nothing confirmed, nothing in the data mines that would suggest us otherwise, but everything else is alluding to that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but in my eyes, the naming is just too hard to, it would be a really, really big disappointment if it was not the case, given everything that's kind of pointing in that direction for Blade here. So do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you excited for this huge update? Massive information here that we unpacked, and definitely exciting times to be a Marvel Strike Force player. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.